Here we go.
I'll let you know like when it. All right.
My Tim Cook screen was up at the beginning. There we go. You're good.
You can see me.
Uh,
All right. Welcome everyone to the draw for Steel City Showdown 4 this Saturday in Washington County, Pennsylvania. This is our fourth tournament, fourth MAW tournament in the greater Pittsburgh area. 2018 was our first one, then 2022, 2024, and this one in 2025. This will be a 12-team tournament. Normal sort of MAW format where everyone will play a three-game pool play round. Um, the winners of anyone that goes 2-1 or better, so 2-1 or 3-0, will make it to the elimination round. So, there could be just a few teams in the elimination round. There could be a lot of teams. It just all depends on whether you go 2-1 or 3-0 or better. We're planning on starting around 8 o'clock. Um, the tournament's at North Strabane Park in Washington County, Pennsylvania. That's also the site of this year's NWA tournament. The captain's email will come out most likely tomorrow sometime. Maybe tonight, but most likely tomorrow. And we'll have the address and all that information in there. Normal rule things. No cleats, please. Those tear up the carpets pretty easily. So we ask that everyone wears either sneakers or turf shoes. Um, I think that's sort of the main rule here. We're going to show some start times in a second. Those are all just best estimates. Games will start immediately following the conclusion of the previous game. So please, if you don't have a first round game, still be there around 8 o'clock or so to be ready to go when your game does start. And then same thing throughout the day. We'll try to just keep on schedule. So even if you look like you have an hour and a half break at some point in the day, you may not. So please check with either me or Tim before you leave and get food or whatever, so we can make sure we stay on track. If you have any questions before the tournament, feel free to contact us on any of our social media accounts, or if you have Tim's phone number, you can contact him directly. All right, let me share my screen here to show you the format before we get to the draw. All right. Hopefully that works. You can see my screen. So again, these are all approximate times. We will start um, at 8. If that changes, we will let everyone know in the captain's email, or if that changes later on for any reason, bad weather, rain in the forecast in the morning, we'll let everyone know via text message or email if that does change. But the plan is to start at 8, and if all goes according to plan, we should wrap up in the early evening. Over here on the right, you'll see the matrix. So in a second here, when we start spinning the wheel, we'll just draw 1 through 12, and then these will be the opponents. We'll fill them in as we go along. Then once we're done drawing everything, we'll come back, revisit the matchups. And again, we'll send all of these out as well in the captain's email so everyone knows their matchups and their approximate times. All right, let me see if I can unshare my screen here so Tim can bring up the wheel. How do I unshare? Tim, how do I unshare?
bottom of the screen next to the share button, the
Oh, I
green
see. I got it.
one.
I got it. Okay. All right. So again, the first team that comes up will be team number one. We'll go down 1 through 12, and then we'll go over the matchups when we're all done.
All right, we good?
Yep. All right. So team number one is SoCal Wiffle, coming off a top uh, 8 finish on opening day. They'll have both Jackson Pearson and Stephen Hayden for the first time this year. Their first game will be against the South Hills Steel City Sluggers. South Hills making their second MAW tournament appearance. Team number three are the host team, the Will Waves, who also made it to the elimination round at the opening day tournament. Team number four is the Juggernauts. The Waves seem to get the Juggernauts a lot. They avoided them on opening day, but they'll have them first game here in Pittsburgh. Team number five is last year's champions, last year's Steel City Showdown champions, Great Lakes Legion, returning the same four-person roster from their win a year ago. They will face in their first game NWL, so that's an interesting matchup. These two franchises are linked. Great Lakes actually won his NWL last year at this tournament. Will 2 is team number seven. That's a second with his life league team. The plants right in the middle. Stompers are team number eight. So they'll take on Will 2 in the first game. Team number nine, also kind of in the middle, looks like Risers. Dinos are our 10th team. Which makes Dragons team number 11. Dragons looking for a bounce back tournament after a 1-2 record on opening day. So we'll spin the wheel, even though we know it's going to be Oak Street, as our 12th team. All right, so if you want to unshare, Tim, I can reshare here. We can go over the matchups. All right. So running down, SoCal Wiffle will have we'll have South Hill's Wiffle Ball, New School Risers, Juggernauts. South Hill has SoCal, Oak Street, and the Waves. So a couple or two local games there for South Hills, Oak Street, and the Waves. Waves have the Jugs, Dinos, and Steel City. Sluggers. Jugs have Waves, Dragons, SoCal. Great Lakes will take on NWL, Dragons, and the Stompers. So that's a bit of a tough draw. NWL will have Great Lakes, Dinos, and Will 2. Will 2 have the Stompers, Oak Street, and NWL. Stompers face Will 2, the Risers, and Great Lakes Legion. The Risers will take on SoCal, Stompers, and Dinos. Dinos will face the Waves, NWL, and the Risers. Dragons face Great Lakes, Juggernauts, and Oak Street. And to finish it out, Oak Street will face Will 2, Steel City Sluggers, and the Dragons. So looking this over, looks on paper, Risers maybe have the toughest schedule. SoCal Stompers and Dinos, three MAW regulars, three tough teams. Otherwise, looks pretty even throughout. No real give me schedule, here just on first glance. But again, we'll include this in the captain's email. Make sure everyone has it. Just to reiterate, we expect to start at 8. So if you have an 8 o'clock game, which is going to be the first 8 teams here. If you have an 8 o'clock game, please be the fields 7:30 or earlier, however long it takes you to warm up and be ready to go at 8. If you have a game after 8, try to be there around 8 to get warmed up. Some games could end pretty quickly, and we're going to start immediately after that. If you have any questions, contact us on social media. Just DM us or, feel free to text him or email us if that's easier. Other thing I wanted to mention is we'll after this tournament, our next one is June 14th in South Jersey for Wiffle Wars 8. That registration is currently open on the MAW website. So if you plan on playing in that, you can go ahead and register whenever you're ready to. We hope to see everyone out there as well. Um, yeah, and I think that's all to go over here. So looking forward to seeing everyone Saturday. Should be a really good tournament. If you have any questions, let us know. If not, we'll see everyone on the field then. Thanks.